There were parts of me that had been longing to be met, that were being met. And then also, I noticed myself showing up often in white spaces, and so there were parts of me that were longing to be met that weren't met. And so being met and not met, met and not met, I just, kind of tried to stay with Phil Porter's teaching about how to have fullness within limitation. Even if limitation is socially structured limitation, even if it's individual and very personal limitation, one of the body wisdoms is how to have that fullness within my limitation. I remember going to my first Secrets of Interplay away retreat, right? Sleeping away, kind of doing this big investment of time and hope to see about interplay, using interplay to lead my life. And I remember walking into the space and seeing a room full of white people who had the same longing as me, but because of, social structures, the wall that I felt, which I've learned since then is really a speed bump. It rattled my nervous system so much that I couldn't learn what I needed to learn. Not until Masanko Banda arrived. Having the reflection of another body of color, a brother of color in the space, I ran into his arms. He probably barely got to get out of his car. I ran into his arms and I jumped on him and he held me and I wept. And I wept out of pain, long-standing pain way before my own life. But I also wept because of something that wanted to inbreak. And I didn't know what that was. So fast forward 10 years. So there I was this summer at the leaders gathering for all the interplay leaders interested in coming. I would say about, 70 of us gathered in Racine, Wisconsin this summer. And it's the first time, thanks to all of you, that Interplay was able to help subsidize the attendance of leaders of color who might not have been able to come, but who needed a staff person to make the invitation, who needed some scholarship assistance, who needed all forms of yes, right? And so 5, 6, 7 of us were gathered. And so I want to presence these people in this moment because I really need them to help me tell this part of the story. Tony McClendon, Carolyn Blackwell, Kyra Jewel Lingo, Ulpiu Riel, and Shoyinka Rahim. We were there gathered, and it was the first time we had been able to play in our own group as bodies of color. And we tried on this wonderful form. Thank you, Australia, for the walkabout form. And I tell you, walking one time around the circle was not enough. And we wept. And again, it was the weeping from eons ago, and it was the weeping of what is so ready to inbreak into the bigger interplay community and inbreak into places where interplay in general is showing up. And it was tears of not ripening, but being so ripe, like on the brink of being overripe and not wanting to be rotten. You know? So we are right on time with this, people. Thank you for those of you who have contributed to the growth of our leaders of color. Fast forward, same retreat, just a day later. I am suddenly sitting, not running into Masanko's arms, but I am sitting, holding space for all the leaders of interplay, talking about what I call color wisdom and how we can be not only more welcoming and affirming of bodies of color that show up at any interplay threshold, but how we can start to cultivate, affirm, celebrate the body wisdom of our interplayers of color and leaders of color so that it can be infused, imbued, share with the bigger body that was so ready to receive it. So what seems like the end of the story is never the end of the story, because interplay is a movement, and leaders of color have so much to give, and we thank you for giving us the chance to share this with you.
I graduated in 2009, right after the collapse of the economy. In 2010, I went to the first ever Art and Social Change program hosted by InterPlay. I just went to Oakland. I didn't know anything about it. I had never even done any interplay, but I read the description, Art and Social Change, using all of these beautiful things, and I knew I had to be there. And there I found these beautiful connections with all of these people from all over the world. And then I left there wondering, where can I have more? Where can I have these beautiful and fabulous connections? So I kept going to this and going to that and going to this and going to that. And I found myself just more surrounded by this beautiful interplay community that just expands outward. And now I want to just say that there's so much happening having to do with millennials, and to say a big thank you to all of the support, financial, because a lot of the other millennials are in similar situations as me, having 3 jobs, traveling around the world, just like chaos, 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 and we need to remember and it's step by step. It's increment, 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 until we have this beautiful picture of really deeply connecting. And I'm gonna get serious. I'm gonna lean in here. So, what I want to say is thank you for passing down this deep wisdom to the many generations that come after you. And I just feel so lucky to have been lifted up by you all, and you all in this room. I'm in Minneapolis. And so I can't even tell you how much is going on. It's just like an explosion. So I want to end by honoring these 2 beautiful millennials that are starting a Monday night playgroup in Minneapolis, the first ever. They are starting a millennial playgroup. So please come up and sit in this chair. Marty. So this is Jason. This is Carrie. And Jason just went to the Art and Social Change program, and Carrie hasn't gone, but she really, really wants to. She just has the natural passion, but she went to Racine and many other things, obviously. So I am giving them the Millennial necklace to carry forth with all of the beautiful things that you are creating. I am just like so happy. I don't think this is going to fit over both of your heads. Thank you and goodbye.
Can you remember a time when you felt like you were right on time? I've lived my life mostly ahead of time, anticipating, worrying, strategizing, planning. In playing and leading interplay, I am continuing to have experiences of resting in time, resting in my body, being more in a body-wise time zone. I want more of this. Easy focus, incrementality, affirmation. These are a few of the body wisdom tools we've been putting to good use in the last few months as we're continuing to discover what life practice leaders desire for feeling supported and successfully launching and facilitating life practice programs across the country and the world. As coordinator of this growing program, I desire to continue to be a conversation partner, threading and tracking with interplay leaders who are imagining their first or their next life practice offering. Life practice leaders are the carriers and transmitters of the interplay jewels. And our group body across time and space has been nourished by dozens of these brave, skillful, compassionate, brilliant interplay leaders who are teaching the life practice program and imagining new horizons and new places for sharing it. Gosh, when I think about interplay's future, I can't help but to just want to sing. And so I'd like to share one of Trish Watts' songs, interplayer from Australia, that she shared with us 7 years ago at the second International Play Gathering in Berkeley, California. Walking the body, we are a living piece, singing the body, we are community, raising up the broken, bowing to beauty, raising up the broken, bowing to beauty, walking the body. We are a living piece, singing the body. We are community, raising up the broken, bowing to beauty, raising up the broken, bowing to beauty. They're muted.
Bill, we can't hear you. Bill, we can't hear you.
Oh, there we go. Now can you hear me? All right. To say that again, thanks so much to all three of you for all the wonderful work you're doing and all the work you're going to be doing in the future. We're so grateful to have you on board.
It's quite a remarkable thing to be leading from multiple centers. You know, to create a movement and a practice where, as leaders, Phil and I have developed by both practicality, efficiency, and vision, a way of working together that doesn't require us to be on hand. Can I just have like a yay for that? What that creates is a grassroots movement. It's an organic movement. The excellence that people are experiencing is found in the forms and in the intelligence that have been created. It's not found in our personalities or our, you know, I don't know, particularities as much as it is this shared practice. And almost all leaders who have been practicing and playing with interplay for a long time have recognized that, because all of us have had very significant things that have happened to us, to our health, to our families, to our money, up and down and all over. This is not a practice that is giving people some kind of an illusion of things always getting better and improving. In fact, if play is part of your practice, what you're rooted in an ethic of play, is an unconditional understanding of creative intent with whatever happens. That's powerful, to be able to know that you're not a victim, but able to be a creator. That's why today, the people that started with us at the very beginning, the Wing It members, the interplay leaders from the first 10 years, and those initial board members, have been a powerful force of shaping this practice, of giving feedback, looping into the practice, helping us understand when we needed to make a move, or when we needed to think bigger, or to rest more in our wisdom, to think small, like flowers and just normal little things on the planet. So I'd like to actually right now invite the people who were part of the interplay community in any of your rooms, founders and initial interplayers in the first 10 years. You are our elders now. You're the ones that gave birth to this whole practice. I'd like for you to stand. And we're going to acknowledge these people all together. If you are standing in the room, Wing It members, early first 10 years, beautiful. And I would also like to welcome the people who are new founders, like Jennifer Denning in Atlanta, the people that are carrying the wisdom forward. It's so great to see you all. Please keep standing. Don't sit down, because we are going to honor you now with 1,000 bows to beauty, because you people have earned your 1,000 bows. Fortunately for you, we have to do 1,000 bows collectively, not each one of us. So we are going to all stand. Those of you who are willing are going to stand, and together we are going to each all together give 5 bows in our communities facing these people. So if there's one near you, or you want to bow to, we're going to give 1,000 bows to beauty, counting out 5 bows starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And a round of applause. Thank you so much. As one of the founders, Phil and I know how amazing it is to have company. Jane, at the Parliament of World Religions, where 20 plus of us have just been playing, creating, and meeting and learning and getting these amazing transmissions from our world spiritual leaders, including the Dalai Lama, and most importantly, our indigenous elders. I just feel the meaning of my sense of connection with each one of you has transitioned, actually, even in just the week that has passed for me. And I know now that I can call the people in the interplay community brothers and sisters, in play, in creativity, and in connection. More than just a practice, I really embrace and love the community of folks who are reaching deep down into their wisdom and beauty and building a path of hope that isn't based on how big our salary is or how much education we have, but who we are in the room right now with each other. So thank each of you. Each year we give the Spirit of Interplay Award to interplayful people whose creative, world-changing wisdom is making a really big difference. And we've given this award to Leah Mann for her amazing performance work, Katrina Brown for her work with Traces of the Trade, Joyinka Rahim and Koktani for their work in helping to cultivate a leader of color wisdom, St. Mary's Senior Center for their outstanding willingness to use the arts for homeless and shelter work and to include us. David McCauley, who works with the Alvin Ailey dance community and the young people. And Pat DeYoung, the minister of the church where we are here in Oakland, that has given us space and encouragement just as a hospitable community for so long. Today, Phil and I want to honor our friend Celeste Berry with the National Spirit of Interplay Award. And in just a moment, I'm not gonna bring her on screen here until I say those things that you have to say about a person, and then I'm gonna invite you on, Celeste. So just be ready. Celeste Berry, besides being our very, very good friend, is the founder and chief executive officer of Out and Equal Workplace Advocates. And I want you to know that Phil and I have known Celeste from the beginning of her work, and we're so grateful to have been part of her life journey and she in ours. Out and Equal is the world's largest nonprofit organization specifically dedicated to creating safe and equitable workplaces for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. Her vision has been instrumental in creating an international organization whose philosophy reflects the importance of treating all colleagues in the workplace with respect and dignity. She has a master's degree in education and theology from the University of Texas and San Francisco Theological Seminary. Celeste and her wife, Cynthia Martin, whose wedding we did dance at. They were legally married in California, hooray, in 2008. And Celeste is, in addition to the the Spirit of Interplay Award, Celeste was also awarded the Outstanding Hero Congressional Recognition from Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi. So that's a pretty good award, too. We're thrilled today to honor Celeste for her creative, artful, wise, and I might say, with all of the corporate folks she works with, loving leadership. Thank you, Celeste.
All righty.
We typed in something like sending love from Iowa.
Thank you.
So Celeste, we want to honor you with the Spirit of Interplay Award. These story chains, which we're developing all around the country, are a recognition of the many stories, the deep connections that build through playful and wise leadership, through using good forms and practices. And today, if I can put this over your head.
Yes.
Take your glasses off. We want to bestow this on you and for you to carry. We even have the fancy stand, which you will have to carry back to Washington, D.C. now, as well as to honor you with a necklace that you can actually wear, a remembrance of this moment, and a certificate that honors you.
Wow.
And with such joy and gratitude. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring my work, and really thank you for your friendship over the years, and thank you to the Interplay community. It's really been holding me these many years. I met Cynthia my first year in seminary, and 2 years ago. I took a class with her at PSR. I think it was something like It was a different time in my life, I was straight. I still consider myself a Christian at the time. I was in seminary, and that first year, through the support of my good friend Janie Sparr, who's with me today, I finally came out to myself as a lesbian. And quickly learned that the Presbyterian Church did not share my joy, and I'll kind of skip over all the techniques of that conference. But eventually, I decided to start an organization. Platts, which stood for Seminary Lesbians and Very committed constituency. Very limited. So from there, I started. Firmly that no one should ever have to that we love and the person that we love. So I've had the wonderful opportunity over the last 10 years to work with companies and businesses and workplaces around the world to ensure that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people can be out and equal at work, and we can bring all and I've done that with the support of my lovely Cynthia, who's also here in Oakland with me today, and certainly with the support of this and with my good friends and Cynthia, and using so many of the techniques of incremental steps, of easy focus, and over the 20 years, a lot of whee! So I just want to again, thank you for the acknowledgement and the award, and thank you, Phil and Cynthia, and all of you for the life-changing work that you do every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Yay! Thank you. So I'm going to have you guys go downstairs, and I'm just going to invite the people now in our larger community to take some time to honor and recognize the people where you are. We'll take just a couple of moments for that, and we'll be right back. Yeah, so why don't you just take Celeste down.
Are we ready? Come on. Are they going to give us a seat? Are they on a chair? I'm trying the perfect shot.
Love you, Susan. Thank you for all you do. You want to dance?
Thank you, Mary.
Well, wait, camera. Okay, it's on now.
Okay, where are we at?
You're hidden.
Oh, there we go.
Bill, can you take a picture with Caroline's phone?
I ran out of space again.
I have to
Bye-bye.
I'm muting us now.
Getting ready.
All different people making speeches. We had a good speech.
There we go. Do you want to go back up?
Thank you for fixing that.
Wherever again. Here we go. Oops. Here we are.
Everybody over there.
All right, I think we're back on screen. So one of the things we promised you for this event was a new form, and we've got one for you. It's called the wing quilt, the winged quilt. And actually, you'll notice that there are some elements of it that may seem a little bit familiar, but we're going to set this up right now. So here's how it goes. First of all, I need someone to be the leader. Maybe this is the creative director in your location or just someone else. You come right out in the space where you can be seen on camera. And we're going to do this there's Susan. You can see how she's doing it right here in our location. Now we're going to ask 5 or 6 other people to come and stand behind her, kind of like a gesture choir. This is a little like a gesture choir. So 5 or 6 people come behind the leader. All right, everybody come out and get in a space where you can follow the person in front of you. So you want to be behind them. That's good. Not everybody, but just a few. That's great. Now okay, Kansas City, not in a line, in a clump. Good job. All right, so Susan, can you do a little bit of a wing demonstration? Give us a little bit of wing action, and everybody in the group here in Berkeley, can you just follow Susan? Good. All right. Now, all of those leaders in other places, you can do your own leading. So you don't need to follow Susan. You can do whatever you want, but everyone in your group is going to follow you, and everyone is going to have wings. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the various cities come through on the screen to create the quilt of all the wings. And in the background, Shoyinka is going to play. So here we go.
Can we hear a song?
look even better down here than you look from up there. We've already had a chance to celebrate the wonderful leaders in this group. But once more, I think it's quite likely that in this room at this very moment, whether you're right here or in one of the cities around the country, that there is a person or some people who have been key leaders in developing interplay. It could have been some of those earliest folks who brought interplay to the cities where they lived, people like Tom Henderson and Ginny Going in Raleigh, Krista Harris in Seattle, Kathy Ann Beatty in Minneapolis, Sheila Collins in Texas, and then in Pittsburgh, Jane Ciarni in Chicago, Meg McLeod in Asheville, Billy and Kate Amos in Washington, D.C. I can't even name them all. And then there came the next wave of leaders, and the next, and the next. There are those sorts of leaders right around us. So look around, and if you see one, point them out and blow them a kiss. Maybe this is the person who first taught you interplay. When we began the celebration of our 25th year, it was clear to us that our call was to celebrate leaders, the people who took interplay to new players and to new places. People who worked in special settings and discovered how to apply interplay in many different fields, work that we didn't have to do, but that y'all did. And we committed ourselves anew in this 25th year to nourishing new leaders that can reach new communities and new populations. We put a special emphasis on millennials and people of color. I don't even need to say why, do I? It's so obvious that this was both an opportunity and a necessity. We've trained a lot of leaders over the years. I'm not even sure what the number is, 800 or 600 or 1,000. It's a lot of people. And just think how many people have been affected by the leaders that have been trained, both directly and indirectly. We hear stories all the time of the new places interplay has been taken and the lives that have been affected by it. Today, we're inviting you to keep this momentum going, to give wings to body wisdom in the world. We are inviting you to contribute to a vision of how life might be fundamentally different. Fundamentally different if we placed the values of creativity, community, ease, authority, freedom, and deep mutual understanding at the top of our list of values and practices. At the top, not somewhere in the side or in the stolen moments, but front and center, right here, right now. Is this the way the world seems to be going? Well, but maybe it can be if we commit ourselves and our resources to that task. We're asking you to make a commitment today to leaders and all those that they will influence. These new leaders might be teaching elementary students, mothers with children, doctors, organizational leaders, artists, elders, rich, poor, young, old, or somewhere in between. Interplay is a powerful tool to reach across divides, race, class, religion, gender and gender expression, politics, sexual orientation, nationality, and culture. The money that we raised to create the 25th Anniversary Leadership Fund has allowed us already to make some bold moves. When someone comes to us and says, I want to join the Life Practice Program, but I can't afford the full cost. And we can see the light in their eyes and the promise in their future. We can say yes, all because of the generosity of people like you. It has allowed us to call on Cowie and Agnotti and Harriet, who you've already heard from. And we want to keep all that going well into the future. In Interplay World, we can cover about 2/3 of our work through fees and tuitions. But we must raise the other third to do what needs to be done. This is where you come in. If you are moved today, if you were moved by Interplay yesterday, or last week, or for the past 5 years, or for 20,
then jump on board. Make a contribution today to the development of new leadership. One of our 25th anniversary goals is to inspire 25 new Giving Wings donors. These are the folks who have made a commitment of $40 a month or more for 5 years. Yes, that seems like a long-term commitment, and it is, but it's a powerful one and easily incremental. And you all know how much we love incrementality. Giving Wings contributors truly allow Interplay to fly. About 90 people are already on that Giving Wings list. If you haven't recognized it already, this is the chance where we're asking for money. And we're going to make it as easy as possible for you. You have several ways to give this year. You can write a check. You can put your gift on a credit card. You can pledge to set up an automatic withdrawal from your bank. And then this year, you can even contribute on your smartphone by texting Interplay to 72727. Say that after me. 72727. That's pretty easy to remember, isn't it? All right, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask all the table hosts here and all the creative directors or whoever's organizing things in your location to pass out the pledge forms. We'll give you just a little minute to do that.
I just want to say that if you are a contributor today, one of the things that will be happening is the work of Interplay as performance to communicate around the serious global concerns around climate change, benefiting communities. Our Earth is in a terrible, terrible place, and unless people are connected to their heart, to their hope, and to their own bodies, it will be hard to change behaviors. We need each other so much now, and we need it in a really powerful and accessible way. Interplay is that way.
So by now you should have this form, and you can see that at the top there are all these categories for ways that you might contribute to being a part of the Giving Wings Society. Both Cynthia and I are members of that group at the $1,000 a year level, and almost every year I extend my pledge another year off into the future. So you might choose one of those categories if you want to be part of that group. Like we said, we're trying to get 25 new people to join that group this year. You can make a special gift toward the Interplay's 25th anniversary. You can contribute in other ways. If you're a previous 5-year donor, you can use this form to extend your pledge or make a payment toward it. And then there's a place for you to include payment information here and all your name and contact information at the bottom. So I hope you will carefully consider this opportunity, this possibility for the sake of Interplay here and all around the world.
Interplay leaders are people with professional backgrounds and training, with expertise in all areas in the world. When you add the alchemy of Interplay into that, you get visionary leaders. Very powerful changes in the way people connect through the heart and using simple forms. So please do make a big gift today, because this is a key time in history where some of the people who just led at the Vatican around the Buddhist and Christian dialogues, people leading in the medical system, training new doctors, using the tools of Interplay, storytelling, voice, movement, and stillness, which we're finding more and more. These are the key ways that people change when they're affected through these simple arts. Policy, politics, behavioral change is important, but really wonderful leaders with strong backgrounds who have these tools are really going to make a change. Wherever you are, if you're gathering up those forms once they're filled out, soon as that happens, we're going to bring this all together with a song that Shoinka created not long ago, which we've been singing at the Race Dance Project and in all of the places that we've been playing. So grateful to have Shoinka in our community with all of her beauty and wisdom as part of our big story together.
I love me so much, I'll never hold back. I love you so much, I'll never hold back. I love me
Unmuted.
much, I'll never hold back. I love you so much, I'll never hold back. Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. Yeah. 'Cause I love you. I love me so much, I'll never hold back. I love you so much, I'll never hold back. I love me so much, I'll never hold back. I love you so much, I'll never hold back. Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. 'Cause I love you. Let's do it one more time, say love me. Love me so much, I'll never hold back. I love you so much, I'll never hold back. I love you so much, I'll never hold back. I love you so much, I'll never hold back. Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. Yeah. 'Cause I love you.
Let's thank Shoinka for all she's done.
Last year was the first time we approached this possibility of creating together on an online forum, and we took another step this year, and I think we should all give ourselves a round of applause for rehearsing and trying to even get this together at all. That's yay! And if you would like to go wherever you are and get this lesson and send out some love to each other for the power of creativity and the connections through time and space.
Okay, everybody, you ready?
Mark?
Get some more people to listen to
Thank you so much. Minnesota and Raleigh, Chicago and Pittsburgh. Oh, Chicago. Thank you for coming. Olaf, our Missouri friends, and Missoula.
Washington, yay!
Washington, yay! Washington, D.C. Seattle. Thank you.
Oh,
Yay!
Sophie.
Yay, here we are. Yeah, they can.
Oh, this is Lisa.
Right, we were all extroverted, now we can be all introverted.
Your mic is on. Say bye.
All right.
Are they
Had enough?
Was that the end?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I celebrate this. My energy level is just. I know.
Yeah.
As long as you're here and your name is on here. Is your name on here? Yes. We check. Then your chance.
Eternal joy, find your joy. Joy is the secret. Joy is the secret, internal joy is the secret, internal joy is the secret. Find your joy, find your joy. Ha! Joy is the secret to the heart, to the soul, to the truth, to the people around the world. Everybody understands what you're talking about. Joy! Ah! Ah! Joy is the secret. Joy is the secret. Ah! Joy is the secret to the heart, to the soul, to the truth, to the people around the world. Everybody understands when you're talking about joy. Ah! Joy is the secret. Internal joy. Internal joy. Joy is the secret. Joy is the secret. Internal joy. Hey, internal joy. Find your joy. Ah, internal joy. Joy is the secret to the heart, to the soul, to the truth, to the people around the world. Everybody understands when you're talking about joy. Ah, joy. Internal joy. Joy is the secret to the heart, to the soul, to the truth, to the people around the world. Everybody understands when you're talking about joy. Internal joy. Joy is the secret. Joy is the secret. Internal joy. Find your joy. Joy is the secret. Internal joy.